Hi everyone, hope you're good and doing really well. Today I'm talking about the full moon in Taurus, also known as the Beaver moon, which will be occurring on Tuesday, 8th of November 2022, starting from about 7:02 a.m. all the way to 10:42 a.m. GMT time zone. It will be mainly experienced in the eastern countries in the eastern region around the world, as well as in America and also parts of South America. Those are the countries that will mainly see the occurrence of the total lunar eclipse that will be occurring. So, the total lunar eclipse is a time whereby the Earth's shadow is cast on the moon because the Earth will come in between the moon and the sun. And so that is going to be affecting us in a way. And this is what I'll be explaining in this video for you guys, right? So, the first thing that we have to remember as well, there are some planets which are still in retrograde. That is Jupiter, Neptune, and Uranus. And these are planets that bring in auspicious influences for us here on planet Earth. And because they're in retrograde, plus the Earth coming in between the sun and moon, it's kind of a shadowing effect and influence that is going to be felt here on planet Earth. And so this will impact us in a way which brings in like a time of reflection. Also, it will be inauspicious in a way. You might be experiencing some delays of some sort or setbacks and things like that. Sometimes also just things not working the way we really want them to. It will be all because of this effect, right? So the Taurus influence, yeah, of this full moon, yeah. Remember, Taurus lies in the second house in the zodiac system, and so it represents the house of possessions, and this influences our money, our jobs, our work as well, your work ethics and stuff like that, as well as the income that we receive, your material possessions, your values as well, and your ethics as well as your self-esteem. Yeah, and Taurus is an earth sign, right? It has that motherly influence for us. As the second house, it's the house of possessions, money, and status, and this is about what is within us is reflected outside of us. Also, what is above is also so below. Yes, and so this, it will be greatly felt within ourselves overall, right? And also, Taurus is also ruled by Venus, and Venus is a planet that bestows blessings in love, relationships, and wealth and prosperity and money generally. Yeah, so the moon is also debilitated in Scorpio. That is not a very auspicious effect and influence for us. And so the emotions are generally quite heightened and they're unfavorable or inauspicious. Basically, they're not really the ones that you kind of want to experience. They're the ones that are like causing people to be aggressive, causing people to feel angry, causing people to lash out at you, excuse me, to lash out at each other and stuff like that, and just generally causing people to feel unworthy and in feelings of inadequacy, right? Because the moon is debilitated in Scorpio. And also, the thing is, in Scorpio season, which lies in the eighth house within the zodiac system, it impacts us on a deep level emotionally, and intense emotions that it brings out, these transformations within us, so that we can really work on ourselves, so that you truly are going to be who you really are. There's no need of wearing masks, wearing waves, wearing extensions. For us the ladies, we love wigs. I love wigs. I love extensions, hair extensions as well, and nail extensions and all of that. This is a time whereby we flick all of those, we'll be throwing them away and saying, no, set those aside. I've got to be me. I've got to face me. I've got to truly be who I was created to be. This is what the Scorpio influence brings in for us. And yeah, you find that a lot of people start going through a transformational stage during this season of the Scorpio season. Yeah, so that if you see your friends and like, oh wow, you've got a new look. Oh wow, you're starting on a new transformational process, transformational journey, or even a healing journey for yourself. It normally occurs in November. Yeah, and you find that that is quite a common thing that is happening for a lot of people around you. And also, it is a time where we'll be releasing and letting go of aspects that don't serve us, and also feeling passionate and extremely highly sexually driven, feeling super sexy and all of that. So you're like, yeah, I'm dope. I know I'm good. I know I'm amazing, girl. I know I'm just super wonderfully amazing. Do you know, like that's the kind of thing we'll the feeling that we'll be feeling within ourselves, or seeing people around you expressing themselves in that kind of way. Yeah, and also it also impacts like shared resources. So you find like people working on their resources like around this time around, so partnerships, things around family issues and stuff like that. Yes, this will be a time when that is mainly done, right? And also another thing for us to remember is, even though the Scorpio influence is a water sign, it's ruled by Mars, so it's quite intuitive but also super passionate and driven and very mysterious, and they are so secretive, and they love this hidden, always have like a hidden agenda going on about them. You just know they're up to something, but like you don't know what it is. It's always mysterious and stuff like that. But yeah, they love to also delve within the occult knowledge, like the hidden and sacred knowledge, and like science, the higher sciences as well. So it's a perfect time to delve into manifesting, because, excuse me, sorry, because as you go deep within you and you're working on those aspects that are not favorable for yourself, eventually you remove those layers. Like emotionally, everything's about feelings and emotions. Those matter more than anything, because it's what is driving you forward. Yeah. And as you work on this, you will find that transformation is just going to occur naturally. Remember, Scorpio is influenced by two planets, Pluto and Mars, right? Pluto is all about drastic changes. Mars is all about taking action, baby. Just do it. Let's go. So, it really gets me excited because I feel like this energy within me is just stirred up. Like every time that Mars influence is like is gone back, like it's like on a Tuesday, you feel that, oh my goodness, yeah, let me go out and do exercise today, and let me go out, I'm going for a sprint today, I have to do that. Any activities you set, and if it's on a Tuesday, oh, you just find yourself accomplishing it and finishing it. Why? Because you have that supportive influence energetically, which supports physical activity, which supports action taking, and also this generally impacts your changes and transformation. Yes, so another thing that we'll be experiencing quite a lot during this time, people will be brutally honest and very feeling quite intuitive, and following their gut feelings, and they'll also feel quite bold, fearless, and you know what, they're so straightforward. They'll just tell you things as they are. They'll not be afraid whatsoever. So because they're doing this, it can make it come they can could come across as though they are being quite vengeful, destructive, or feeling insecure about themselves, or maybe also quite forceful, and they also dominating others because they're like, you know what, we're doing it. They have that Pluto influence, they have that Mars influencing them. And so yes, generally overall, this is what we'll be experiencing. And also the fact that it will be occurring on a Tuesday. Tuesday is a day of action taking. It's a day of physical activities. And also it can seem quite aggressive, but super driven and quite boisterous. But also it's quite empowering as well. And if you're not careful, you'll be like pushed to a point whereby you are taking so much action, and if it's aggressive it could be like physical fights and stuff like that. So yeah, these are things just to be aware of during this time. Yeah, but there's another thing that's occurring for us during this time. We are experiencing the Mars retrograde from 30th October all the way to 12th of January. So the fact that the planet is in a retrograde motion, it means that we won't receive the auspicious influences, in this case, the support with the action taking and physical activity. So lots of people might have been feeling quite depleted and exhausted. You remember, we've just been through the solar eclipse phase only on 25th of October, right? And that is, it blocks like the father's blessings, that divine masculine blessings that we should receive here on planet Earth. Yeah, so that is obstructed, and it impacts us in a way that we feel exhausted, we feel like quite weak within ourselves, because the sun represents vitality. And so when that energy is eclipsed, the shadow cast upon it, right, during the solar eclipse, it kind of also impacts us and affects us. No wonder we're all feeling so tired, we're feeling exhausted, we're feeling like the energy flow is just like really lower than it normally is. But anyway, it is winter season now within the northern hemisphere, and in the southern regions it's also going in the summer season. But all the same, that effect is really felt within all of us. Yeah. Yes, so the Mars retrograde from 30th October is like the cooler weather is fully setting in within the northern hemisphere. It's really a time of going deep within and working on your inner emotions and your desires, as well as healing and manifesting at a deeper level within ourselves, as opposed to the practical physical activities like going to do like physical exercises. I used to love doing morning sort of runs and going to like doing these exercises for manifesting, and they were really amazing. But at this time it's not really auspicious for us to do that. Now grab yourselves a pen or pencil and paper, or you can take notes on your mobile phone or on your laptops. I will also leave the notes for these so that you can maybe take a screenshot on your mobile phone or on your computer, whichever it is, or laptop, that whatever equipment you're using, right? So these are the recommended methods that I came across. Yeah. And we can use this during this time, right? So the first one is listening to audio recordings of your affirmations or your prayers, and also listening to music using the headphones is fantastic, or without the headphones is just as good as well. And another thing as well, practicing yoga. I love yoga, but like I'm not really good at it yet. But yes, but practicing yoga is really good during this time. Why? Yoga involves you stretching exercises, as well as, you do the stretches and you're doing these exercises, but you're also connecting with the breath. Listen, it is empowering. It also brings up those emotions that we're ready to deal with, we're ready to start our healing journey on. It really is amazing. It's very powerful. And yeah, it will help you get onto your healing journey if you haven't yet started. And yeah, that will really help you in your transformation as well. um, Another thing that we can also do during this time is meditation practice. Oh yeah, it is really, really amazing during this time, because it is etherically, it is more still outside. Even like when you go out for evening walks, that stillness, that calmness, even the air feels like it. You're just like very serene in a way, like, oh my god, yeah. You just get into the meditation state just like that. And so yeah, this time is also really really perfect to do that. Another thing that we can also do during this time is practicing our visualizations, and also we can also practice hypnosis. I still love hypnosis. And so basically, if there is a situation you'd love to walk through, for instance, things like addictions, or things like hindrances, or obstacles that we're facing time and time again, yeah, if we use hypnosis, it really helps with the transformation stage, and it starts to help you overcome difficulties. I used hypnosis when I was learning to do my driving lessons, before I started taking my driving lessons, because I used to have this fear of driving. And it's all because I had a small minor accident, like I scraped the side of my dad's car when I was helping him bring the car from the garage and stuff like that in the morning. So like from that time, I was about 14 or 15 years old at the time. And so from that time, I was like really afraid of like driving by myself and stuff. And when I started doing my driving lessons, I was like so nervous. And my driving instructor said, "You're not ready. You're really not ready to take your driving lessons and stuff." So at the time, Paul McKenna, he had um he had just launched his lessons. Excuse me, he had just launched his his business in hypnosis and stuff. And I was like, oh wow, I was just intrigued. I was like, let me try it, because he was helping people facing addictions, people facing all sorts of difficulties with overcoming like mind blocks, setbacks within the mindset. And yeah, that's how I came across it, and I did it, and listen, it gave me amazing results. So yeah, and the time I started my journey was around winter season. So there you go, guys. There you are. Yeah. So another thing we could do as well during this time is practicing tapping, EFT tapping. So you go through the pressure points on the head, on the side of the eye, and all of that. I'll include descriptions for you as well in the video description. Yeah, and another thing as well we can do during this time is delving within our imaginations. Listen, Albert Einstein's style is perfect during this time. So basically, you go into your imaginations, and if there is a situation you'd love to overcome, for instance, if there is any situation like you're struggling with, yes, by tapping into imaginations, imagine the opposite effect of what it is that is difficult for you, right? So you look at it in a different way. You look at it as successful, as opposed to what the situation actually is, right? Yeah, and the final thing we can do as well during this time is tapping into the dark matter. Again, that takes us back into the meditation practice, because that is like the dark matter. You go deep within, basically, and you're reaching out to the divine creator, and that's where they reside. Yeah, so these are the things that we can do during this time to help us with our transformations, things like manifesting as well, and also through our healing processes. Yeah. So, how can we use this full moon's influence in our transformation during this time? Right, I've got a list of 8 tips that I'm going to share with you as well. That will help. Oops, sorry, this fireworks outside. So yeah, so back to our tips. I've got 8 tips I'm going to share with you. So the first one is using the color therapy. So color therapy we can use, like, it can be a physical expression. It can be a virtual one on your laptop, on your computer, on your mobile phone, or it can be a cloth material or a doll, or it can be like a candle if you love candles as well. But please be careful, guys, with the candles. Those flames, they just, yeah, you've really got to be respectful of the elements and practice safety always. Yeah. Yeah, so the colors that we can use during this time includes purple, orange, deep blue like indigo, violet. Yeah, because November, that's what it represents. Um, yeah, so you can have that color, and as you connect with that color during your meditations, during your visualizations, during your when you delve into your imaginations and you're practicing all of that, yes, you can use color therapy to help with that. Another thing as well that we can use is by tapping into that Mars and Pluto combination. It's a great opportunity to proactively focus on the goals that we would love to manifest into existence, right? So we're using that Pluto. Pluto is all about change, significant change within ourselves. And Mars is all about physical activity. So the things that we start doing roundabout now, they will be able to help us in our transformations and also in your manifestations just as well. So yes, this is a definitely a perfect time for us to get into that manifestation. Christmas is just, a few weeks away. So yeah, right now it's a wonderful time for us to begin. Yeah. Another thing, the third one is also this auspicious influence will greatly help us like bust the obstacles out of the way. Why? It's occurring on a Tuesday. Tuesday is a great day of physical activities, and it's also just generally a day when obstacles are removed from the path for those who are like on a self transformation journey and are working on yourselves. Tuesday brings in that auspicious influence for us. Now, the fourth one as well, it's important to be focused on what you'd like to manifest. Listen, right now, I'm in the process of writing things down and just pinning them up on the wall, pinning them down in the kitchen for me, pinning them up on the wardrobe for me. And I'm just saying, like, you know what? Remain focused. So have your reminder somewhere. Have the intention of what you'd love to manifest like during this season, have it written somewhere and just have the reminder. You can create sigils, a sigil, sigil. You can also create, you can write the affirmation and just pin it up on the wall somewhere, or just have it next to you, or have it on your mobile phone as a screensaver, have it on your computer, or like have it like on the laptop. If you're using laptops instead, you can have them written somewhere, just a reminder of what it is you'd like to manifest. And also you can write them down, and when you've written it down, you take time out and go back and read it during the day. Do you remember Bob Proctor? Yeah, he shared this script that he used to write. Oh, excuse me, guys, sometimes my words. Bob Proctor, he shared a script that he used to read for himself. I cannot remember the exact phrase, but I'll look it up actually, and I will share with you sometime in the future. And so basically, he used to read that script, that paper he had. He kept it in his wallet, and he'll take it out of his wallet and read it all throughout the day as he went about his day. And this is something he wanted to manifest. It was a specific amount of money, actually, in his case. It was a specific amount of money that he really wanted to manifest. He really wanted to be able to have that in his possession. And so he claimed it as having it, right? I cannot remember the exact script, you guys. I will go through my diaries and stuff like that and find it, and I'll share with you in a future video, hopefully, right? I'll just take a note, Bob Proctor's script to share it in the future, to share it. Yeah. So the next tip for us is to remain extremely positively minded with the faith that your answer is on its way, right? So you are extremely positively minded because you're already working on it. You are also going through this process, this phase, and doing the best you can for you. You have the support for you, and so this will manifest just as well. And another thing, the next one, the sixth step, is studying spiritual texts or delving into sacred knowledge. It will also help elevate and raise your vibrations, and that helps with your manifestations. It really does, you guys. Yes. And the next one is the seventh one, which is the meditation practice. I love number seven. Seven connects us to the divine creator, and seven also is like the seven chakras in our bodies. So yeah, seven is really, really a special number. So yeah, seven comes in for us to remind us, yes, meditation practice during this time is really perfect for us to also delve into. Now the next one, the eighth one, the final one, is self reflection. So, going onto a journey of self recognition of the things you have overcome, your accomplishments, and what worked well for you in the past and what didn't actually. So, the bonus you can try is mirror exercises. You go in the mirror, yeah. You stand, excuse me, you don't go in the mirror. Oh, what's that all about? No, we're not going into the mirror. We are standing in front of the mirror, or you're sitting in front of a mirror. So you have the mirror in front of you and you look directly at yourself, right? And you speak directly to you. You can speak it verbally, yeah? Or you can think it in your mind, yeah? And so you're sending yourself those thoughts. I am magnificent. I am wonderful. You have accomplished great things in the future. You can also accomplish great things again. It is possible for you. You have done it before. Yeah, so like it's like a yin and yang effect, you guys. You go in the past and you also remind yourself, yes, it will happen again for you. Yes, so yeah, it's a very powerful practice, like mirror work exercises. Have a look on YouTube. There are so many videos about it as well, actually. And so basically, the mirror work, yes, because it delves deep within ourselves. And as you speak to yourself, it's very empowering. Yeah, yeah, you guys try it out and let me know what your experiences are, if you really have practices, and how does it make you feel, because some people can't even face to look at themselves. They are like feeling inadequate about themselves somehow. Feel they maybe they might feel like, oh, maybe they haven't got that look, like they haven't got that kind of hair, or they haven't got, that shape of the right shape of their face, or they have a face, moon face like mine. It doesn't matter, you guys. It really doesn't matter. As long as you are doing the actual activity, that is what you should focus on. Don't focus on the outer experience, excuse me, the outer expression of what you look like. No, look directly in your eyes. And as you look in your eyes, you're just speaking. Yeah, you're speaking those words, those phrases, reminding yourself of the things you've accomplished in the past, and say to them, yes, you amazing, wonderful, fantastic, magnificent things can happen for me again. Yes, I know it will happen for me again. Something like that, yeah. And yeah, when you practice that, it will really, really uplift you. It really does. I saw there's a show I used to watch, yeah, and before they go to work, so it was an auction, you guys. I'm sorry, there is, oh my god, the fireworks going on outside my house. But like, yeah, there this show, this guy, I can't remember his name, but it was an auctions show. And so before he went out, yeah, he would stand in front of the mirror and he would talk to himself and he says, I'm good, I'm amazing, I'm great. I'm going to do so well today. I'm going to make so much money today. I'm going to succeed. I will succeed. I am successful. I am magnificent. I am great. And he would say it while looking directly at the mirror and his whole self, right? It's best if you get a full mirror so that you can see your whole self. So you're looking at the tip of your head all the way to the bottom of your feet here, and you're just telling yourself, right? Yeah, and he'll do that every morning before his day started. Then he'll go out and do the auctioning, and you know what, he always did really good. But yeah, I can't remember the name of the show. I used to watch it a while ago, but yeah, I learned that tip and technique from him. Yeah, but also other people have shared their experiences, and it reminds me of that. But yeah, you guys, so this is just the final phase for us in this video today. So the moon is this season we are reminded that the moon is debilitated in Scorpio, and that impacts money, wealth, status within us. Yeah. So, as the moon is weakened, this causes the inauspicious influences to impact us a lot, like your characteristics that you'll be seeing displayed around within us, or also like it's very important for you to observe yourself and notice these things when they're observing for yourself, but also people around you, you'll be seeing it, yeah. So, like this season, it will be mainly a bit inauspicious for those who are not yet on their healing journey as such. But for those who already are, you'll be like observing this from a place of like you already kind of know, like, and expect that yes, this will be occurring during this time, right? So, this Scorpio season is a time where we delve deep into our emotions, and that have laid deep hidden within ourselves, yeah, all throughout the year. This will be surfacing up in terms of our relationships, in terms of the people you're working with, your businesses, your work colleagues and your partnerships, your family member, like just people around you. You'll be seeing these deep emotions being expressed, yeah. And also you might see a little bit of aggression going on around you, people being really extremely frustrated, and some of them being quite angry as well. Yeah, and also a funny thing about us, our bodies as well. I don't know if you guys have been experiencing body aches and pains around about this time. My knee all of a sudden has been aching, and my shoulder as well. The pain has is intensified for some reason, and the exhaustion, yeah, no wonder during this time it's what we are really going to be experiencing and seeing within ourselves, yeah. So what things should we work on ourselves in order to, like, be able to go through this time in an inauspicious way for ourselves, right? So you have to stand your ground, okay? You must allow yourself to be who you are, yeah? And don't allow yourself to be influenced by other people's actions, other people's words. No, no, no. Don't allow yourself to just be influenced by them. Yeah, you must stand your ground and remind yourself and know who you are. Always know thyself. When you know thyself and you keep reminding yourself of who you are, no matter where you are in the world, you're still going to shine. Look at the stars in the evening. Oh my God, you guys, have you been out lately? I mean, the sky, oh gosh, the stars are shining so brightly. It seems like it's much clearer, especially after it has rained. The skies are clear and you can see so many. Oh, listen, it is such a healing experience. If you have a chance, please go out and see them as well. Yeah, so another thing that we can do during this time is also accepting yourself for who you are. Yeah, one thing is knowing who you are, but also accepting yourself, your limitations, but also recognizing the greatness within you. Yes, that you are capable, you are just as you are good just as well, right? Yes, and also living in your truth. Yeah, and honesty, integrity, and compassion are very, very important during this time. And you have to always also claim your power, that you too are worthy, you are great, you are magnificent, you are enough. Yes, you are. No matter where you are, no matter what your status in life is, you have to remember that during this time it's extremely important. And also, love is so powerful. So focus on love. Focus on loving yourself, but also loving the people around you. If you focus on love, all the problems around you, you find solutions for them, and you'll also be able to help the other people as well go through their difficulties that they're experiencing. Another magnificent, amazing thing we can do during this time is practicing gratitude. Yeah, when we are grateful for everything that we have accomplished, things that we are have been able to do for ourselves, things that we have been able to overcome, the support, oh my goodness, that we have received along the way during whatever time phrase of what it is you're going through. Yes, that gratitude, that level of gratitude. When you practice gratitude, don't just say it and speak it out. No, feel it within you. You guys, feel the gratitude and just from the bottom of your heart space. Oh, yeah, that is how you practice gratitude. And when you do this, it elevates you so much. It raises your vibrations so high, and it will help with your transformation and elevation just as well. Another amazing, amazing thing to do during this time is practicing devotional practice, right? Like going to places of worship, it is amazing and very empowering during this time. I don't know why, like if you go to, I used to love going to cathedrals. Like, oh my god, they're so serene. And when you go in, and sometimes it's just the feeling you get when you go to these places of worship during this time of, yeah, oh my god, it's just very, it uplifts you. It is very like it lifts you up, it lifts your mood. It's just very, it is a wonderful thing to do, it really is. Hopefully you get a chance to also be able to do this, yeah. Yes, and another thing as well is focus on your highest and greatest good and not the ego, right? Highest and greatest good is being of service to the world and to yourself just as well, right? It's not that, oh my god, this person is doing this, I should also do this. That is the ego getting in the way. The ego right about now has to take a seat somewhere, I don't know, or maybe go for a jog or something like that. I don't know. But like making sure that the ego is not really getting in the way. This time around is a really amazing to do. Why? Because when the moon is going through that eclipse phase, yeah, mom, the moon represents mother, right? Divine mother. Yeah. So divine mother will not be happy. Why? Because the shadow is being cast on her. A shadow represents those aspects of ourselves that we haven't worked upon. And also it just represents like things that are inauspicious, yeah. And so while this is happening, it's a time whereby blessings that should come from divine mother, yeah, we will not be experiencing them that much during this time. Yeah, that's why this time is a wonderful time for us to focus on your highest and greatest good, but also devotional practice. Yeah, you find that like in a lot of Eastern cultures, during this time is a time where they will do like they'll do this 40-day oh, the word's gone out of my head, but they do this 40-day practice sadhana. Yes, 40-day sadhana practice, yeah. And some of them will even do a much longer one depending on their situations that they're going through. Yes, this is why during this time it also is really, it's a time. Remember, we just had Diwali, and during Diwali, the festival of lights, yeah, that lights coming in for us, those lights, those candles we're lighting, they are like bringing in the light to 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 keep the light on earth, because that's the darkest night that occurs on earth. It goes back to the time when there was a war on earth. I don't know if you've read about the Mahabharata. So yes, that's the story. It links to that. Someone shared with me and I was like, yes, that is very, very true. And I can see it, how it occurs within us. Yeah. So you guys, yes, this is a time, this Scorpio season, It's a time of embarking and starting on a spiritual practice if possible, and also to keep that connection with the Divine Mother strong so that she will reward us eventually. Yeah, so yes, you guys, this is all I had to share with you. I hope that this video has helped you out a lot, and I hope that you find the information really useful and helpful. Yes, thank you so much for listening, and I'll speak with you next time. Take care. Bye.